What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Stranded Alien Dawn. In the last video, I began to set up my fortifications a little bit more. I moved my base around. The main important thing I moved was the power. So this is where I'm going to set up now. I need to get this little section right there built. Let me see if I can drag Katina over there to do that really quickly before I set her off to bed. It is the final night of year 10. We're just moments away from starting year 11, which would be the furthest I've ever been in this game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the challenge that this game is going to present to me. I believe that once you get past that 10-year mark, that they begin to really amp up the difficulty. It feels like it's every 5 years, give or take. So we're about to get another spike to the difficulty, which is why I began doing what I'm doing. I've got 3 of my Air Force readily available, and then all of the flat cannons are currently up and operational. The reason I don't have any of the other cannons is A, power consumption during the nighttime, resource costs for the second reason, and C, I haven't needed them. As I need them, I'll build them. The trap base seems to be more than sufficient currently once I set my survivors up into the corners where they need to be. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So I need to still salvage a ton of things. I need 15 scraps to repair the problem out there. I need to then amass more scrap metal as I have a rather extensive trap field to build up. Both sides, yep, that's going to be several thousand scrap metal at the very bare minimum. So I want to get a chance to get that work done, get a stockpile amassed, just in case everything goes south. I won't be caught with my pants down. I have a bad habit of setting up too many projects and then just sitting here for, an entire, 3 weeks straight, one video a day, just trying to get my base built. It was a bit much. So my next series, I'm going to take things a little bit slower. I'm going to do more of my traps earlier on, and I'm going to try and pre-plan out my base ahead of time and get all that squared away. That way I can really focus on my traps. I want to get those up more than my base. And once my traps are up, it's just going to be a simple process of resetting them and then, building my base and taking care of the things that I need to take care of. And as for the next playthroughs as well, I'm going to take care of all of the animals around year 10. Give myself a chance to build up properly. Who doesn't have a weapon? Edmund, where are you at, Edmund? You are going to be the proud owner of a brand new pulse rifle. Go get the one that you lost. Alright, so there's the scrap, all taken care of. Next thing, I need the metal, so that's 2 of these, and that's it. After that, I need to get some more hides, which should have been picked up. Yeah, should have been picked up, but let me take a look to see if they actually were or not. Yes, there they are. So there's my hide that I'll need. And then I need more metal. I need 60 metal and 60 fuel to make those nanocores, or the nanotubes. So, yeah. One thing I did say is I was going to wait until year 11 to begin some more research. Here we go. Let's get that synthetic armor rocking and rolling. Let me get the synthetic cloth for chemical cloth synthesis. Let me get the leather armor. Get stimulants and purple leaf cloth. There. That'll cover me for a while. Some simple tasks. And then I can begin to sort out my resources, figure out how much more I can fit of each type, and then start getting that stockpiled. On top of that, I need to figure out all of this and get it squared away as well. Plenty of stone. I don't think I'm going to do anything with the brick, so I'm only going to leave it as 5. Though if I do eventually want to build more, I'll take care of that at a later date, but there's no plans for, massing any brick. Though I have it here just to have it. Have it in its own specifically stored location. And I got my fuel right here in front. I'm thinking. Oh, come on, Ken. Now my sniper doesn't have a sniper. Because I went and gave it to Samantha. Okay, where's Ken? Salvaging. That's fine. Go ahead and salvage Ken. When you come back to base, I'm going to hook you up with another weapon system. Probably the pistol. I've got enough pulse rifles. They don't have the distance I need. Honestly, I would prefer to have a sniper rifle, but no. We can't have everything that we want. There. Limit reached. Not enough resources, which means I need nanotubes. Of course, we need those. I always need those. Repairing some ceiling lights. Salvaging more scrap metal. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait until I get close to 1,000 scrap metal, and then I'll use about 2/3 of it. Seems fair enough to me. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And these I need to set up for their fuel forever, so I can start stockpiling all of that. That way, when I do get any kind of bug parts in here, it can instantaneously be thrown into the fuel. I need lots of fuel. The more fuel I have, the more carbon nanotubes I can create, and the more that I can do with the expedition balloons. So gasoline, very, very, very important. Samantha, I am so terribly sorry, but would you do me a huge favor? Construct that for me, and then on top of that, once I get done constructing that, I'm going to swap you to the pistol, and I'm going to give Ken that sniper rifle. Again, my apologies, but he does have a higher combat skill than you, which means he does more damage with that rifle. And I send him out on expeditions, and I don't send you out on expeditions. So when he's out on an expedition, he's going to need a better weapon so that he don't get hurt. Thank you, Samantha. I greatly appreciate your understanding. Now, when I come into another one, I will hook you up, Samantha. I promise. You're the first person to get a sniper rifle next. Come on, Ken. Hurry up and get that salvage done for me really fast so we can get this next item salvaged and I can hook you up with a brand new weapon. A barely used pulse rifle. Go ahead and get it now. He literally has to come back, hit that thing once, and get the harvest on it. He couldn't just, finish off the job. Shameful. Alright, well this seems to be within the range of harvestables. Let me snag that up. Likewise for this one. Do my preliminary sweep, make sure that nothing new has fallen down significantly closer than the others. Got another swarm inbound. Let me get a heading on them, in front of the base, okay. Doing another quick sweep to look for any kind of metal that might have fallen. I'm not seeing any, okay. Unpause. Next. Wait for a few moments and then garrison everybody up. Wait until 5. Garrison. 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 And garrison. And since I have the flyers as well as the spitters coming after me, I'm gonna hold off on using my army. And by army, I mean I'm gonna hold off on using the Air Force. At least until I get the flyers killed off, because those flyers will chew through my bots rather quickly. I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for these bugs to make their fatal mistake of picking a fight with me. They don't learn, but I have a massive row of weaponry now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 flak cannons at the ready to take out your 110 flyers. Come get some. I'm gonna play this in normal speed so I can watch them all die. Then we got that one on the far right engaging. Oh yeah. What's Katina doing? 3D printer. Okay, well Katina, you honestly should have grabbed a weapon. Okay, now that she has something, let's go down over here. Speed up time so that she can get over there faster. Okay. Select everybody. Bring them up topside. Engage the Junos. And then hunt the Shriekers. Go get them, Air Force. Coming around from the rear. Initiating gun run. They're coming around for another strike. Speed it up. What was that third one? Right, there we go. Firing for effect. I think I'm gonna come over here and help them, as these things do spit at my bots and they are taking a little bit of damage now. Okay, undraft. So they'll be butchering that for a little bit. I'm not worried about the Junos so much as I am this massive horde. So let me get the butchering process on them going. Especially for the flyers, if there's any bugs that are willing to die in close proximity to my refrigeration, then by all means, come and die. I welcome you. About to hit 1,000 gas. That's not even enough, though. Not even close. I'm gonna need several thousand gas. Several thousand gas. Just to keep my base afloat with all my carbon nanotubes that I'm gonna have to make. All my metal. I don't know how I'm gonna make all the carbon nanotubes if I don't have a steady flow of salvage. Yeah, that's gonna be the problem right there, isn't it? So just need the carbon nanotubes, meaning I need my gasoline and I need, yeah. Let me get this over here as well, carbon nanotubes, until, 10 ought to be good. Until, what do you mean not enough? Oh yeah, the metal alloys that I'm not crafting up. I don't have enough resources. Not enough resources at all. However, I can at least begin the process. Hold on, I'm gonna start working on the concrete. Let me find my stone floor, reconstruct to concrete. That way I can begin the process of adding in my improved living space. Let me just do this, make it easier. Stone floor, reconstruct the concrete. I'm constantly gonna be making concrete here soon. Oh, yeah. I'm only gonna work on the floors first. I don't want to overwhelm my my people. I'm already overwhelming them though, to be honest. 3,000 stone. Oh, it's only gonna go higher. Let's just get the bedroom. Yeah, get the bedrooms done. And then that. Well, did it even target what I wanted it to target? It did. Okay, cool. Stone floor, upgrade to carbon. Boom. So that's the entirety of the living quarters. Let me do this one as well. Concrete. There. That's a lot. Reconstruct, concrete. Reconstruct, concrete. Okay. So I have a long list of stuff to do. 7,000. Good Lord. That is a ton of stone that I'm going to have to go get. God. Well, thankfully I have 200 concrete available. That's at least a start on that stone requirement. God. Whew. Just reading that number made me just starting to sweat. Or it could be something else. You know, it could be the fact that my console runs at a lukewarm 190 degrees. It'll turn any room into a sauna in a matter of minutes. Yeah, my console runs hot. My living room. I'm in my living room right now, you guys. I have an open living room. Dining room, kitchen. It's all just wide open. And it's hot in here. I'm literally sweating. Oh my God. I just took a swipe at my forehead. My hand is glistening. My hand is glistening, you guys. What's going on? Well, in all fairness, it is, getting hot again. The end of mid-September, and you would expect it to be cooling down. No, we're back up to 100 degrees, you guys. I think I'm about to use my pool for one final time of the summer before calling it. And so I've already begun making the upgrade, transporting some stone. Man, I have way too much to do. I just hope I get a decent supply of the stone back. I'm hoping to get a one-for-one, getting 3 per breakdown, because that's what it's essentially worth. That's what it took to make. So if I can get a one-for-one, it's just a slow, steady process of renovating, and then taking what I get from breaking down and rinsing and repeating. However, I have a feeling that I'm going to need to go and harvest more. I don't know why, but I have a really, really bad, I wouldn't call it a bad suspicion, but I have a nagging suspicion in the back of my head telling me to go harvest stone, or to at least get some, going. Like find a mine or something. I think I'm going to start from right here. I'm also going to harvest these trees, as there's a decent amount of them. Yeah, and then there's several dogs. Let me see, how's my meat coming along? It's getting there. I want to have a full fridge before I start playing with the dogs, getting them into the mix. Katina's unarmed. Where is she? Katina, going for a walk in... No, you're not training yet. You're going to go get you a weapon system. Pulse rifle. Go get it. Yep, gotta have weapons for my survivors, you guys. That's a non-negotiable. But at least that requirement of concrete is slowly beginning to dwindle. I still need the carbon nanotubes, which means I'm waiting on metal. I got 68 salvaged scrap metal that I'm not converting for some reason. Suspicious. But between that and the fuel, I've got the fuel. Wondering why the furnaces aren't cooking. Not enough resources, not enough resources. Okay, whatever you say, man. I don't have a deficit over here. I can easily smelt up some. But we're not for some awkward reason. Oh, because I only had 3. That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Never mind. I need to shh. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I just need to hush up be a little bit more patient. Because it will get done. Oh yes, it will get done. Beginning to get the rest of this base upgraded, slowly but surely, is gonna drive me crazy. Shirley likes to take her time. Alright, so Ken got some electronics. I love seeing him walking in with electronics. Honestly, I prefer the scrap or the fully built metal, but yeah, I'll take the electronics too. It means I can begin working on weapons. Yep, there we go, pulse rifle. That also means I have a few electronics on hand in case I need to fix anything. I've got 16. I could make a core if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. No, there's no point. I need carbon nanotubes for those. I need carbon nanotubes for these. Does that mean the thing that I had going for carbon was done, or no? Let me cut that. Oh, it's not okay. So let me, on top of all of this, let me move these just a little bit, like so. I'm having a bit of a problem on this latter end. Doesn't look like they're connecting. So let's go over to the power section and grab some of that. So technically, I could run this one to right here where I think it's supposed to go, and it'll connect to this one. And that should also connect that one up. However, I'm gonna just quickly see what I can do like that. That's a straight line and it doesn't get in the way. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do with my power right there. I'm glad I got that sorted. Okay, for my next trick. Wind turbines. About everywhere where I would put another one. And then one right there. And the reason I'm doing this is so I can do this. Put one here. Put one here. Put one right. Why is that not lining up? They take up the same amount of space, don't they? I mean, not really. It takes up like a single space in the middle. Alright, so this side's just going to be off a little bit. That's fine. I don't really care. It's this side that needs the power to be straightened the way it is. If only there was a way to like remove this one and still have everything powered. I guess what I could do is I can just cancel it and then bring it back so it's in line. It's not favorable for maximum power output, but it's favorable for looking nice, I guess. It's the only thing it's favorable for. Okay, so that's all squared away. I'm going to then pause the construction of these, as I already have other ones that need to come before it. And these are just markers from the future of my power build. Alright, getting some sniper rifles built. Samantha, you ready to have a sniper rifle again? Never mind, Yoko, stop building it. And we're back to insufficient materials. The main reason I just want to get this bedroom section done, you guys. I am tired. I'm tired of looking at it incomplete, and also I don't want to like lose track of what's built and what's not, which is why I decided to get this whole section built up. It's just easier for me to see what's going on underneath. I can see there's a concrete floor now, but since there is a flooring covering it, I can't see. So everywhere there's exposed flooring, I'm going to leave for the moment, work on the covered floorings just so that I know they're done and I can get them out of the way, because I need to build up another floor so that I can get some more power up in here. So I've got all my storage down here. However, my kitchen is a bit cluttered. So I wanted to turn this section over here into the kitchen. I'm also going to give my survivors a second floor to their houses. That way they can have, for those that are sharing a room with somebody, one person can be downstairs, one person can be upstairs. For those that are married, they could have a downstairs living room section and an upstairs living quarters. And on top of that, I need a little bit more room so that I can create their individual healing pods, these surgical automatons. Now this is two different things. This will heal my people, and it will also heal my bots by putting spare parts or first aid kits into the storage of the device. When my people get hurt, they'll just walk up to it, sit down, and start getting healed. So that's going to be something that I'm going to introduce a little bit later. However, there's not really a need for it. Alright, power's coming back up. It's music night. I got a newborn, so let me go ahead and slot it over here into its new location that's already owned. Go ahead. This one. That one. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So I've got... Okay, 1 and 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so there's 4 over here, which would be ones that I'm eating off of. Let me see how many shogu. 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, and that's it. No more shogu. What about Draka? Let me see how many more Draka I have. So I've got the 2 that I'm aware of. Nope, no more newborns. Okay, so I've got the synthetic armor finally unlocked, so let's go ahead and slot that in to be crafted up. I don't have this, the carbon nanotubes, available, so I'm not going to build these, but I will build some of these ones. Just because they're a little bit easier to get my hands on. I'm gonna get some helmets. And this will begin getting my, this will allow my people to begin putting on armor, helping to defend from each of the attacks. I wonder why the metal is not being thrown into the carbon. Power cells are being made over here. No, they're not. I want carbon done before power cells. I've got way more going on over here than over there. Alright, music night. Well, I also got plenty of time to work on things here today. Nice, I thought I was already approaching my hour. I'm not even halfway yet. That just shows you how much I've gotten done. I'm busy, busy, busy. You know, I thought the further along I would get, the less I'd have to do, but it seems to be going the other way around. You know, the more I have, the more I'm doing. My survivors are no longer just non-stop having to focus on the farm. They can go ahead and have more leisurely time to go and play around with the animals. More time for naps. So, since it's nighttime, I'm going to go over and empty out something really quickly in real life. Empty this into my trash can real quick. And things are getting expensive out there, you guys. I'm wondering I'm starting to wonder if it's ever going to come back down. I'm praying that it does. I pray every day that the prices of things are turned back to the way they were. You're able to go out with $200 and fill up your tank, fill up your so yeah, you could fill up your tank of gas. You could then go and fill up your trunk with groceries, and then you could go to the movies after, or do something, go buy a T-shirt or some clothing, and that was on $200. Now it's like T-shirts are like $40, and thankfully I could fill up my car on $40 worth of gas. But at the same time, I go and I spend $50 at the grocery store on 5 things. God forbid you need butter, that's $10. God forbid you need milk, that's like $6-7. Eggs are expensive. Everything just continues to go up and up in price. I understand that the government's trying to get our country out of whatever debt they think they're in, but at the same time, it's the American people who are suffering. Mr. President, it's not you who's suffering, spending $500 million to paint our side of the fence black, which makes no sense to me. Oh, but painting it black, it'll get hot and they won't want to climb it. You're painting our side of the fence. You can't legally go over to their side of the fence and paint it without their side's permission, which they're not going to give. So, painting our side of the wall black is just a waste of $500 million. On top of that, he's deciding to build a ballroom, a presidential ballroom at the White House. Another couple $100 million project. For what? So that you can host a ball at the White House instead of the place that they already hosted at, which is a very extravagant ballroom. But you need this White House ballroom, right? You need it. It's necessity. The American people need food. That's necessity. Your need for a painted wall and your need for a ballroom to be built onto the White House is just ridiculous. I hope he hears this. He complains that our country is just, the Democrats left us in such a bad spot, but here I am frivolously spending on some nonsense that's not even going to impact anything. Like, if you're going to raise these tariffs, at least take the money that you're getting from us and put it towards something that's going to be beneficial for the people that you're draining. Because the American people are getting tired. We're getting tired of not having. Just so that you can have your little, ego war with the rest of the world. Oh, I'm Donald Trump. Burr, 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 burr. We don't got time for your nonsense, dude. Start working for America. Stop working for your own benefit. And that's the problem that I have with politics, you guys. That's the reason I don't like to talk politics. No, I'll talk crap about both sides, Republicans and Democrats. You both are dumb. Okay, I'll be the one to say it. Republicans, Democrats, you're dumb, okay? And here's why. You spend all of your energy fighting over power. Yeah, power is important, but at the same time, you then take that power and you only make it benefit yourself. We have the right idea by limiting presidential terms, but our biggest problem, you guys, we have these 80-year-olds in the Senate making laws. 20 years, 30-year lifers in the Senate, creating laws that benefit themselves, that line their pockets. Not all of them are crooked, but I do believe that the Senate and the House of Representatives, you should have term limits like the president. You get 2 terms of maybe 2 years or 2 terms of 3 years and you're out. Okay, no more. Let's have 90-year-olds running our world, running our country straight into the ground, mind you, because they're still running it like it's the 1950s. This is 2025. Things are expensive nowadays, but they don't understand it. Their generation, the older generation, they could go out on a meager income and buy a house and a car on a single income. A single income. You can barely do that with a married couple working 2 jobs each. Buy a house. and a car. No. Not in today's age. You can't do that anymore. Houses used to be, what, $30,000, $40,000? Now they're $400,000. So your $40,000 home's now $400,000. That's a 1,000% markup. That's a 10 times increase. But we're still running the country like it's the 1950s. Frivolous spending, and then let's get it back from the American people. Let's create tariffs that are going to affect these other countries. That are then again, they're going to turn around and they're going to tariff us back, and they're going to get their money back. That's the thing that really upsets me about businessmen running the country. They're all focused about the wrong things. Power, hooking themselves up. Like if you were to get a veteran, which is one of the things that I believe should be a stipulation to being president of the United States of America, is you should have served your country in some form or fashion. Because if you're going to send these young men and women overseas to fight your wars for you, you better know what kind of sacrifices that they're committing. They're laying down their lives not knowing that you could be potentially just throwing them because you want to, throw your ego around. No, somebody who's been in that situation understands the value of life, and they're not going to just frivolously waste it. So I do think that to run the United States of America, you need to have some sort of military background. At the very least, 4 years. Bare minimum. Right? I hope I'm not the only one that believes this, or that sees this. But we need to get rid of these businessmen. These businessmen running the country, the businessmen running the Senate, the businessmen running Congress, House of Representatives. We need to get rid of them. We need to get good, honest people that are going to want to better their society instead of bettering their bank account. Again, the reason I don't like talking about politics, because it goes both sides. Republicans and Democrats are equally as just screwed in the head. You would rather fight amongst each other. And like with the recent activity, we had somebody just shoot somebody at a college campus when you could have used your words and debated. Instead, you shoot somebody. And that's just one example. This happens all around the country, you guys. Everybody is more prone to violence than using their words, coming to some sort of common ground, some understanding. We'd rather just shoot first and ask never. We got to stop this. We got to stop fighting amongst each other. We got to knock it off, you guys. We got to find a way to coexist. There's got to be a way. There has to be a way. There has to be. I mean, we're all stuck on this rock together. We're not going anywhere. We're all stuck here, miserable together. So why not do everything that we can to at least make this existence partially beneficial? Instead of let me get what I can from you and screw you. And that is the main reason why I stay inside. I don't go out into public unless I absolutely have to. I don't have friends because every friend that I've had has tried to use me for one thing or another. But when I need their help, they're nowhere to be found. And then they call me friend. Come over to my barbecues and eat my food and never invite me to theirs. It's nice when it's somebody else doing for you, but God forbid you do for them in return. Nope, nobody's got time for that anymore. And that's the other reason our country is going in the path that it's going. We used to be, neighborly. I couldn't even tell you my neighbor's name. I know that he doesn't like the police. I know that much. I know he's got a mouth when it comes to the police. Yeah, police pulled him over outside his house the other day, and he just went off. I honestly thought that he was yelling at his wife, very vulgarly yelling at his wife. I was about to go out there and be like, dude, no, don't talk to your wife like that. And then I saw him with the police officer, and he's yelling at the cop, calling him all these kind of slurs. I mean, my next door neighbor's Hispanic, the cop was white. So, I'm going to bring this up. It's not right. that people are always like, oh, it's just the white people who are racist. No, everybody's racist, you guys. Everybody is. It's not just the whites. Yeah, the whites are the easiest to pick out because they got the dumb KKK morons. They're easier to target because we're not as vocal about the racism directed at us because, honestly, we don't give a shit. Go ahead, call me cracker. It don't hurt my feelings none. But you have all this hate from all these people towards one another, and it's unfounded. I mean, it is founded because of the past. The past continuously haunts us, but at the same time, I shouldn't be judged for something that my fathers did. Judge those dumbasses. Don't judge me. I'm just stuck here with you. I'm just trying to do what I can with my life. And the bare minimum with it. But I'm still trying to do what I can without living with the repercussions of something some idiot 200 years ago did, which my family didn't own slaves, you guys. And I don't stand for that. As you can tell from the way I talk, I don't stand for racism. There's no time in this world for it. There's absolutely no time. Racist people, when I find them, I cut them out of my life immediately. It's just the stupidest form of hate. You should hate somebody because of who they are, not because of how they were born, who they were born to, the color of their skin, their religion. You should hate them for their actions, which is why I hate people. I don't hate races or religions. I hate people. And I'll be the first one to admit that I hate everybody. Most people. I hate most people. My biggest problem with people is when you guys gather together and you group up, you lose all sense of, you lose all sense. Let's just put it that way. You guys turn into morons. I do it too, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm holier than thou. I'm not gonna do none of that. He who's without sin casts the first stone, because I've got sin. I've got problems. I'm right up there with you guys, but at the same time, I'm constantly trying to work on it, and by bringing it up, maybe you guys can want to work on it too. We can work on it together. It's easier to work on a problem together than by yourself. So maybe one day, all the content creators on YouTube, we can get our communities together and we can finally end this nonsense, this unfounded hate. The hate that was sown by our ancestors that follows us. I didn't choose to be born white. I didn't choose to be born poor. But here I am, poor and white. No better off than poor and black, or poor than Hispanic, or poor than Asian. I'm no better than anybody else. The only chip I've got on my shoulder is a partial chip, my disability. I went and hurt myself overseas like an idiot. Got hurt while deployed. And now I'm able to live a mediocre life. Not free of worry. I've got more bills than I know what to do with. I'm in the same boat you guys are. I need that lifeline just as bad as everybody else. Living on a fixed income disability is really, really daunting. There's no opportunity for more money, but there's always opportunity for it to go away, to be taken away, to be lowered. And then there's a few of my fellow Americans who think that we veterans live a very cush life. I'm about $14,000 in debt, probably more. I think I'm more along the lines of like $19,000 in debt, trying to take care of my daughter, getting her therapy, just trying to live life. And it's not going well. And so I have a massive attack that's heading my way, so I need to get everybody into the base right now. On top of that, I need to garrison. So as you guys can see, I don't like to talk politics or religion or any of that stuff because I get very passionate about it. I get extremely passionate about it because I can see a world without all this nonsense, without all the hate, the judgment, the bigotry, all these grown men trying to talk to little girls. I see a world without it. And I see a world full of these grown men hanging from trees like they belong. Any grown man that goes and talks to a minor, honestly, hanging from a tree is not good enough for you. Nope, a slow dip into a bath of acid is more fitting. But we have plenty of that in our society. These sick, evil, twisted SOBs that don't even deserve to be alive. Who just want to hurt innocent people because, you know, it benefits them. Somehow, some sick, twisted gratification that they get from it. But enough of that nonsense, you guys. I mean, it's not nonsense, but enough of that. Where am I being attacked from? Oh, this section over here. All right, let me bring them on over. Get all these guys to come down. Now, again, I'm not going to send my Air Force, as there's plenty of these out there, and they do have the capability of attacking an airborne unit. I'm not going to needlessly risk my forces for absolutely no reason whatsoever, as I just merely targeted them all to be attacked. So they're finally making the first turn. How's my scrap? Absolutely worthless, and it's because I don't have any metal. There goes my delivery drone that I should have garrisoned. You see, that's the problem, you guys. That's what I was afraid of. If I send my Air Force out, the same thing would have happened to them. But that's fine. I can always get this back up and operational in no time. It's just killing all these that's going to be the issue. And there's quite a few of them. I think all these little ones fit too, so I want to try and keep my distance from them. Do you guys like not have weapons? What's going on? Jesus. Got Yoko down here, I've got Simon down here. Like, what is going on with my forces? Get these guys all spread out evenly along the front of this so they can not actually hit something. There. Taking their time, I swear. I need to get to that delivery drum before it's too late. I'm gonna market this salvage real quick. Nothing I can do in the process except for kill these little pain in the butts. Yes, they're deflecting hits, but on top of the deflection, they're getting trapped and bleeding. There's a huge, huge swarm of bugs dead right here. I love seeing that. That's 8. Let's move them down. Get right back into it. Honestly, I think I'm safe to undraft them all now. I think. There might be a couple of them that might give me some problems, so let me... where is it at? I can't harvest, or I can't target them? And you get that killed off in there. Alright, so I got a bunch to work on. No, Ken. What you were gonna do is you're gonna come over here. You're gonna salvage that drone for me really fast. I need to add faster routes through this base. Okay, so defense. Go to fence door, get some poles. I think I'm gonna add one like right here, one right here, one right there, one right here, and just like back and forth every so often. But always have it towards this back end. No, that'll be fine. And then for this one, we'll just go about the middle. Just go back and forth through the middle. I mean, to an extent. I don't have to work on the middle section there. But all of this, get this set up like so, just so that I can go back and forth quickly. Okay, and there we are. Hold on, nope, I need one more. There, now there we are. All the way across, except for right here, which I don't need, because I can just go in here and like that, or you know, go through this way and I'm done. Come in, boom, doom. Okay, so I've got some plenty of things to work on. You guys can tell that my brain's starting to shut down. I'm over here, not even speaking coherently. I've got plenty to work on. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, buddy. Go back to school, read a book, and put my shelf. I'm putting my shelf. Okay, I think after this video, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm delirious. What's going on with me, you guys? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm definitely going to sleep after this one. I'm not even going to risk trying another video. I'm not going to put myself, nor am I going to put you through that nonsense. God, no. I couldn't bear it. Alright, so here's what we need. We need some more wood, a little bit of salvage, some metal, and a ton of concrete. That's nothing. A little bit of concrete's absolutely nothing. I need probably 40,000 concrete for this bottom floor. Another, I don't know, 30,000 for the walls and the ceiling. And that's not even including the next floor I want to put on here. Nope, I'm gonna need all the stone on this map. Oh yeah. But I'm fine with that. I'm in no rush, as you can see. Absolutely no rush. I'm getting things done. I'm getting stockpiles of resources. I'm just waiting for it to all craft up. That's the downside, waiting for it to craft up. Is this already back up and operational? Oh god, no. No, it's still, yeah, okay. More or less just needs to be handled, because I have a majority of that already readily available. It's mainly going to be the metal, you guys. Trying to get the metal under control. I'm curious as to why the bots aren't going out there to salvage. I've seen them do it previously in a different playthrough, so I know they can do it. But I don't know why they're not. I'll ponder it another time, I suppose. Alright, there we go. A decent little video done. Some base defenses and, well, not really base defenses, but quick travel through the side of the base is operational. And then I have a passage here and a passage here about halfway, so if I ever need to get in and out of anywhere efficiently, I can do it now. Trying to add it over here is just not cutting it. However, the downside means that the enemy, if they attack again, they'll just be able to go through these little channels here to quickly get into my base. Let's cut that out. Alrighty. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for another video, you guys. Got some more salvage, some more scrap metal. Thank God. Researched leather armor. She's working on some more research. So I'm nearly done with my research. So Samantha will be back out there taking care of other things. And I didn't mean to check her. I meant to. There we go. So most of the research is done. We just got a few things left. I'm gonna wait. And I'm doing a thing here where I do several researches, and then I allow Samantha to work for the remainder of the year. So half the year's done, roughly. It does say day 14. There's 48 days, so we're almost halfway done. About almost a third. So once she's done with that, she'll be working on the next episode, getting things done. Oh, never mind. Looks like she's already. Nope, never mind. She didn't know what to do with her life. She wants to do things, but she remembers that she has research to work on. Which, honestly, I'm just going to disable that one so she can get to work instantaneously off the rip on the next video. It's coming together, you guys. It's coming together. My metal requirement, though, that's constantly affecting me. I just can't seem to get enough metal. I don't know, maybe in a year I'll have enough metal lying around through the meteors, but as of right now I've already got it all harvested. So that's it for me in this one, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. I mean, honestly, there's certain parts of making these videos that I don't enjoy. You know, the constant need for a certain resource, it drives me crazy. I'm impatient, but this is a good means to work on my patience. So if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button for me, you guys. Let me keep, messing around in your algorithm for a while. Let me get to know your friends and your family. Let me get to know your enemies even. If they want to try and troll you, I got no problems taking my foot and shoving it so far up their ass that I'll be able to clip my toenails through their mouth. Got no problem. I actually enjoy doing that kind of stuff, trolling the trolls, the people who go out of their way to make everybody else's life miserable. I go out of my way to make your life miserable. Oh yes, it's so much fun. Just as much fun as you going after people who can't even really defend themselves half the time. Alright, you guys, that's it for me. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Don't mind me and my rants. They're often and random. But again, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You guys take care and you stay safe. And I will catch you in the next video. Alright, you guys. Later.